Hello, hello, beautiful souls. For those of you who don't know me yet, I am Stacy Anderson. I'm a mom to three beautiful human beings and a Gigi to two beautiful little princesses. I am also a blogger, a course creator, a techie expert, a brand strategist, and I own my own personal assistant business. I help online entrepreneurs work smarter, not harder, by being their wing woman, allowing them to spend more energy on their passions, their clients, and their mission. So welcome to part one of this three-part mini-series, How to Grow Your Social Media. So let's get started. The question I get asked most often from potential clients is, help, how do I grow my social media? As an online entrepreneur, we've all been there, done that. The struggle is real. Growing your social media it can be so hard. You've got all the ideas, you've got your package created, your services or whatever, and you're ready to get it out into the world. And you put it out on social media and crickets. You get nothing. We've all been there. And it's devastating, and it can be totally defeating, and so many people want to give up, and most usually do at this point. Social media, though, is a must-have for all online entrepreneurs. This is where online entrepreneurs or bloggers or MLM leaders, this is where you direct traffic to your website, to your services, to your offering, to your product. This is how the world is going to get their eyes on your stuff. So you have to use social media. There's just no way to get around that. So I promise you that there is no magic fairy dust or in-depth blueprint that anyone can give you that is going to get you there. It is so simple. It isn't always easy, but it is simple. You just need to know three key things and you can get there. And I'm certain that you've heard these three things over and over and over before, but today I'm going to kind of break them down a little bit and maybe give you some real truth that will help you understand it and start implementing these in real life in your social media. Sometimes we have to hear the same thing over and over, explained in different ways until it just clicks and you have that aha moment. And I mean, that's happened to me a lot. And the social media area is one of them. So let's get started on part one of today's series. We're going to talk about knowing you. Now, this is sort of a broad phrase, knowing you. And I struggled a little bit with that phrase or that sentence because we're going to kind of talk about all sorts of different things that fall under this. Before you can sell anything, your services, your product, or anything, you must first know, who are you? What is your mission? What do you stand for? It's important to know who you are, what your brand is. Now, I want you to remember that you are your brand, not your product, not your MLM, you. So who are you? What are you about? It isn't enough to say, hi, I'm Susie and I'm a health coach. Okay, you're a health coach of what? And to who? This is the groundwork you must do before you get started. You could skip this step, but you're just kind of going to be all over the place. Like if you do the groundwork in the beginning, you're setting yourself up for success. You can't just repeat the same lines and the same posts and the same pitches that your upline does or that the gurus that you follow does. Your audience has to get to know, like, and trust you. There's no other way around it. Like, they're following you. They need to know that you're an authority in your field. And I know that you've heard this a lot, but Does your audience really know you? Look through your social media posts. Look through the last few posts that you've posted on there. Is it really just reposts, sharing videos, cat videos, or copying, pasting what someone else did, or using before and after pictures that someone else did that's not even you or your clients? Can people look at your social media and really understand who you are and what you stand for and what you offer? Is your social media really you? You need to stand out from the crowd. There is only one you. You're unique. What you offer is unique. Maybe you are a health coach and there's thousands and thousands out there, but what you have to offer and who you have to offer to is unique. God put that passion in you for a reason, and it is your obligation to get it out into the world. You just have to figure out what that is. So what are you offering? What is your niche? Let's say again that you're a health and fitness coach and you offer workouts, meal plans, maybe you're even with an MLM selling health products. But who are you offering it to? Do you offer any meal plan, just whatever they want? Do you sell to anyone and everyone? When you're posting, are you talking to anyone and everyone who will listen? When you do that, you're coming from a place of desperation. That's how it feels. It feels like you're coming from desperation instead of inspiration. You are not following your passion. You are simply just trying to make a sale. And that's going to show up when you're posting. You cannot talk or sell to everyone. There is a saying that if you try to talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. And I know what you're thinking. I have to get my stuff out there. I have to talk to anyone that will listen. I have to just get it out there in front of everyone to make that sale. I need the money. That is the desperation, and that's going to come across in those posts. And that makes you look like you're like all over the place. You have to narrow down your offerings and a specific audience. I've included a freebie today with this part 1 series. It is the Ideal Client Worksheet from a monthly Brand Society membership that I co-created. Print out this worksheet. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Print out this worksheet and fill it out. Get in touch with who you're talking to. Where does she hang out? What is she doing? Is she a she? Maybe you're targeting men. I don't know. But you need to fill this out. Get to know who you're talking to. And most importantly, know what problem that you solve for them. So I'm a personal assistant. I have my own personal assistant business. And that can encompass so much. I could pretty much do anything for anyone. And I could come off that way in my post, just offering, whatever services to anyone that would come. But I have narrowed it down, and I target women online entrepreneurs. And they're usually between the ages of 25 to 40, and they most generally live in the United States. While I can do anything that they need, I specialize in the techie back-end sort of stuff for these clients. Does that mean I'm leaving money on the table when I'm not targeting everyone? No, it doesn't. It means that I'm becoming an expert in my zone of genius. It means I'm focusing on my target audience, getting to know them, and being able to service them properly. Does that mean I wouldn't work with men or people outside of the United States? No, it doesn't. I've had male clients. I have worked with clients in other countries, several other countries. And so I'm not eliminating them. But when I make my post, when I write a sales page, when I in anything that I do, on my website, on my day-to-day practices, in my videos, whatever, I am speaking to my ideal client. Now, my posts, my videos, whatever, might speak to someone else, and they may get a referral from someone else. That does not mean that I'm not going to talk to them. But my ideal client is in this one area, because that's my jam. That's where I shine. That is where I make magic happen. So you need to narrow down your product offering and who you're offering it to. But you also need to know, what problem do you solve for your client? Again, you have to know who your client is first. Who is that ideal client that you want to work with? Once you get to know her, you're going to know the problems in her life that you can solve. What is it? What is her problem? And how can you solve it for her? So, like I said, I'm a personal assistant. I help online entrepreneurs. I help them work smarter, not harder. But the question is, how? How do I help them work smarter, not harder? So, most likely, since my ideal client is a woman between 25 and 40, she is an online entrepreneur, and most likely she's a mom. So, her day is probably crazy. As a mom and an online entrepreneur, we wear so many hats. And, you know, her day is spent, if she's a mom, she's got to cook and clean. She may even work outside the home. And now she's an online entrepreneur. And when she's doing that, she spends her day catching up on emails, doing follow-ups, doing copyright, making sales pages, making drafts for newsletter, making images in Canva for Pinterest and for her blog and for, you know, her newsletter. And she's doing social media posting, and she's doing all these things, answering the comments. And before she knows it, the day is over with. And she hasn't gotten to anything that is an actual money-making activity or to her clients, or even what her passion is. Like, she started this business with a passion, with a drive, and then she never gets to live that passion because she's so stuck in this day-to-day, you know, tedious activities. And so that's where I come in. That is the problem I solve for my clients. I come in as her PA, and I handle all of those day-to-day tedious tasks that she doesn't have time to do, she shouldn't spend her time on, she doesn't know how to do, or she just really hates. And I take all that from her and I do it. I'm her wing woman. I take care of that stuff, so she goes out and she has the time to focus more on her clients and on her vision. So see what I did there? I took my offering. I help online entrepreneurs work harder, not smarter, not harder. But I narrowed it down. Who is it? Women online entrepreneurs. And what am I solving for them and how? And so I kind of walked you through, I know who my client is, I know what her problem is, and how to solve it. And from that, you can get like a 2 to 3 sentence elevator pitch, which is kind of generally telling, when somebody asks you, what do you do? Then you can tell them. But you need to know who you are and who you're talking to. So very important, and that's why I wanted to start this mini-series off with this. This is the key component. Like, if you don't even know who you're talking to or who you are or what you're offering, and you don't have your offering narrowed down, but your social media is like all over the place. So the groundwork to growing your social media is first knowing who you are and who you're talking to. And then tomorrow we'll get over into part 2, and then the next day we'll do part 3, and we're going to dig more in depth. I know you're thinking, oh, this is not what I wanted. I want to gain followers on social media. And we're going to get to the other 2 key components but this is the groundwork that you have to know. Like if you try to skip this step, again, you're going to seem all over the place, and you want to come across as an authority. Think about the people that you follow. You know, who do you think is a guru in your field? Look at their social media on Instagram, on Facebook, and I want you to really go through and think about how you feel when you are on their page. Why do you think that they are a guru? Do you feel like they're an authority in that particular field? And why do you trust them? Do you feel like you really know them, like your friends, and you know their life and stuff? Like, do you trust them? That is how someone should feel when they come to your social media page. So that's why we've started with getting to know your client and getting to know you. We're going to build the groundwork, build the groundwork, and for you to get to know who you're talking to. And then we'll move into more of the social media posting and stuff. So that is all for today. I will just want to leave you with a couple of questions. So I want you to get out a journal, a piece of paper, whatever, and I want you to write these questions down, as well as print off the freebie from today and fill it out. I want you to dig down deep, answer every one of these questions, and answer everything on the worksheet that I gave you. I want you to really get to know you and get to know your client today, because that is going to be the groundwork of where you post from. So I want you to think, who are you? Not who is your MLM or, you know, what your product is. Who are you? What do you stand for? What is your mission? What are you offering? Who are you offering it to? Who's your ideal client? And what problem are you solving for them? So I want you to answer those questions, dig down deep. Be sure to jump on the mailing list, and I will shoot you over a link tomorrow for part 2 so that we can just really get your social media growing. So I hope this helped. Be sure to comment, share, like. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.